So the bracket that I made to hold the pipe is maintaining the exact dimension that I was looking for, which is 16 1/4. You can see that the serrations that are used to connect the two pipes are a little bit smaller than that. This is a male-female connection. So we got the 16 1/4 that we were looking for. So we would have a 1/4 inch pitch per foot. So let me take this out of the way and I'll show you how the stanchion came out. So what I did was I just took a piece of wood and put an angle bracket on it, and also did the same thing up top. So there's an angle bracket and screws into the joist. I did have to use a little shim to get the exact dimension I was looking for. So that's connected up to the joist, and it runs down and it connects up to the pipe. And I just put a hose clamp around the whole shebang, so that goes around the whole pipe, kind of like a saddle, and that holds it secure, so there's no movement whatsoever. I can shake this or try to shake it. I mean, there's a little tiny bit of a wiggle, but there's no up and down. So that came out really good. So I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. And I'll have to do another 5-foot section and make another one of these and continue on to the outside of the house. Now here's how I can verify the pitch of the pipe. Now I've got the level completely, perfectly level. You can see that that bubble falls between the two lines. That means it's level. So now if I go this way, you can see that the level is touching the bottom of the pipe right there. And over here, there's a little bit of a gap because it's higher towards the bathroom, and that's what we want. So now if I butt this up against the edge of the pipe like that and keep it against the whole pipe, now we run it over here, you see that that bubble is a little to the right, meaning that we're high to the right. So here's a look at the clearance that we now have for the wiring. So you see that there's no smushed wire between the ductwork. There's plenty of air space all the way around. So there's no issues there. Now, in order to close this area up, you notice there's kind of an irregular cutout right here. See how the wood's kind of got a notch, and it's, there's another notch there. So what I did was I decided I would make a cardboard template that would fit over that whole area. And let me show you what that looks like. So there's the cardboard template. So what I did was I cut this out with scissors and a razor blade, and now I was able to take what I made and stick it up here and see how it fits perfectly, and it goes around all those edges. So it goes around that corner, it goes around this scalloped area for the pipe, and it fits all in there. So this way I could cover up this whole area with a piece of wood. So once I got this to fit, I traced this on a piece of plywood. So there's the cardboard pattern. I just laid it over top of some plywood, traced it, and then I cut it out. So now we have the real patch that's going to go up there. So we can just kind of wiggle it in there. There we go. So now all the major openings are closed and everything is conforming to the existing material, kind of like a puzzle piece. So now that's all closed in. Now, even though I got a kind of a gap around here that's not tight, I also have this piece here, which when I push it down, it'll fit right up. There we go. Which will fit flat in there. And what that does is it maintains an even surface from this transitions to that, and it's perfectly flat all the way across. There's no bumps, there's no gaps, there's no scalloped out areas. So now when I sheetrock this, there's a common plane all the way across this whole wall so that the sheetrock will sit flat. And now I still have to make a piece right here to fill in this last little gap. And then I have to also make one for right here that goes all the way down. So that I'm going to insulate, and I'll put a piece of plywood in there to close that out. And then we'll have a nice common flat surface that will accept sheetrock when we finish this room. These here are all the schematics and diagrams for our appliances. So this right here is our microwave. That's our stove. This here is our refrigerator, and this is our dishwasher. So Steve needs the schematics for those, so he knows how big an opening he needs. So I just clipped them on the wall back here. So when he needs to look at that information, he can just grab what he needs from these packages, and he'll have clear defining dimensions on how he needs to cut out his access and his cubby holes for them. So this is pretty much all set. This is a done deal. I like the way that came out. Now all I gotta just do is continue this pipe out to the outside of the house, and I'll have to make more stanchions to hold the pipe steady. But it looks to be solid enough, and it's above the ceiling surface where a lot of this will be buried in the ceiling. We're thinking we might put a drop ceiling in here. We've got a lot of extra space for these rafters, so we'll just put a drop ceiling in, and this ductwork will be up and inside there. So it came out pretty good. Jane and I are going to go over to South Windsor and look at Turco. They have our hardware for our shower, and we're going to look at a vanity and see what we can find and see if we can order something to go in the bathroom.